welcome to Wildcats World, and today I have gone to Petco and gotten some hamster brochures. I know that Petco does not keep their hamsters inside correct care. Their enclosures are way too small. They use wire and mesh wheels if they even have a wheel inside their cage at all. Not enough bedding. Not any chew toys. But, and I guess I can understand that. They are temporary enclosures. They don't have bigger enclosures. They're temporary because people are going to buy them. But I want to see if they are promoting correct care. Because if they have inside these pamphlets and telling you to do correct care, then that is good. But if they're telling you the wrong care, then that is bad. So, yeah. So I wanted to have my hamster out for this video, but because it is daytime and I do not want to wake her up, I have another pet instead, and you may remember this enclosure, as it is Dina, the hissing cockroaches enclosure. I hope you guys aren't freaked out by hissing cockroaches because I like them, so. And I want to hold an animal, or at least have one out. But she's probably not gonna, come on. You gonna come out for me, baby? Come on. It's okay. Well, here she is. Hope you're not freaked out by bugs, because I'm going to be holding her. So, going to be talking about the dwarf hamster, because that is a hamster I currently have, and in a future video we're going to be talking about the hamster, I guess? Petco, you know they're not just called hamsters, they're called Syrian hamsters. What? Well, now we're going to be talking about dwarf hamsters. Let's read the first page. So, dwarf hamster care sheet. Dwarf hamsters, including Dijongarian, Chinese, Russian, and Roborowski hamsters, have a high level of energy. They are clean and captivating companion animals. Facts. Average adult size, 2 to 4 inches long. Yeah, depending on the species. Average lifespan, up to 2 to 3 years with proper care. Well, yes. I would say the average lifespan is more like 1.5 to 2 years, but yes, some may live 3 years. And diet, herbivore. It says that the diet is a herbivore. What? The diet is not a herbivore. Hamsters are omnivores. They need meat and bugs inside their diet. But don't worry, I won't be feeding Dina to you. There we go. Okay. So, let's look on the inside. Okay. The diet. A well-balanced dwarf hamster diet consists of high-quality hamster lab blocks and limited amounts of grains, vegetables, fruit, and Timothy hay. The Timothy hay shouldn't only be limited. There should be no Timothy hay inside their diet. First off, Timothy hay is not a soft hay. It is a rough hay, unlike botanical and orchard hay, and it can poke your hamster in the eyeball or inside the cheek pouch, and you do not want that to happen because it could seriously harm them. And also, hamsters can't digest hay, so they should not have hay inside their diet anyway. So, clean, fresh, filtered, chlorine-free water changed daily, yes. Do not feed chocolate, caffeine, or alcohol, as these cause serious medical conditions. Avoid sugar and high-fat treats. Yes, that is correct. Feeding. Things to remember. You just peed on me. She just peed on me, girl. Why are you peeing on me? And see, there's a little wet spot down. Come on, really? Really? Why? Okay, I'm gonna go put her back now, I guess. Okay, well now that's taken care of. Let's keep reading, shall we? Okay, feeding. Things to remember when feeding your hamster. Fresh food and water should always be available. Limited amounts of grains, vegetables, fruits, or Timothy hay can be given daily, but should not exceed 10% of their total diet. Timothy hay, once again, shouldn't be inside their diet at all, I personally believe. Grains, fruits, and vegetables, I think they could take over a little bit more than 10%. Is like what's going to be the other 10%? I think it's going to be like pellet diets. Yes, you can have pellets inside your hamster's diet, but I think you shouldn't have too many. You want to make sure you have a variety. So, yeah. Vegetables and fruits not eaten within 24 hours should be discarded. Yes, I like that. But if you have like dried fruits and you put them in there, then that's okay. You don't need to take them out within 24 hours if you know your hamster is going to eat it. But like make sure you take out any food your hamster's not going to eat basically. Housing. Hamsters acclimate well in average household temperatures, not exceeding 80 degrees Fahrenheit. Be cautious of extreme temperature changes. The habitat should never be in direct sunlight or in a drafty area. I like how they wanted to make sure they went the extra step to make sure you know the correct temperature that the room is supposed to be. But I do feel that they could have just said room temperature and that would be fine. Habitat should be plastic, metal, or glass and escape proof with a solid bottom. Yes. There are also wood habitats and metallic habitats. Um, there should be plenty of room for the hamster to play and exercise. It is best to provide the largest habitat possible. Yes, I like how they said the largest habitat possible, but they didn't say the bare minimum that the habitat has to be, which is 450 square inches. And since this is coming from Petco, they want you to buy their tiny cages, and someone's going to think, oh, this is a big cage for your hamster because it has 2 levels, when it's really not. You need to, like, I had to buy a rabbit cage for my hamster, a rabbit cage, and it has 812 square inches, and I'm so happy that my hamster loves it. Now let's keep reading. 1 to 2 inches of bedding should be placed in the habitat. No. The 1 to 2 inches, no. The bare minimum for bedding in the habitat would be 6 inches, I would say, because hamsters need room to burrow. They can burrow in 6 inches, like they can burrow down and actually make little things. However, the more bedding, the better. But 1 to 2 inches, that is not suitable for your hamster. Yeah. I People think that hamsters love to burrow in like 1 to 2 inches. They say they are burrowers. And yes, but they can't burrow in 1 to 2 inches. And all the cages that Petco is providing does not come with enough bedding. It doesn't come with enough the bottom tray isn't large enough to provide even 4 inches. It's only 1 to 2 inches it has. Hamsters are solitary animals, but dwarf hamsters may be kept in same-sex pairs. They are raised together. No! Oh, I just threw it on the floor. Okay, let me get that. Got it. Dwarf hamsters should not be kept together under any circumstance. I mean, obviously, if you were to keep them together, which I do not recommend, you do not want to keep them together if they are male and female, because they will breed and you'll have so many little babies and you won't know what to do with them. And you don't know all the hamsters' histories, so yeah. And I guess you can keep them together and nothing bad will happen, but you don't know that. There have been cases of dwarf hamsters being friends their whole life, never fighting, and then just one day randomly they got into this giant fight. And it's not good. You don't want to be the person because you wanted more than one hamster that you basically sentence another hamster to death because you buy 2 hamsters and one day you find that your hamster has scratched the other one, bitten the other one, clawed it until it's bleeding to death. So, because that's what they will do. So make sure you don't do that, please. Otherwise, keep hamsters housed separately. Different types of small animals should not be housed together. Yes, that's correct. Normal behavior and characteristics. Play during the night and rest during the day, nocturnal, but can be adjusted to your schedule. No, hamsters are nocturnal and crepuscular, which means they're awake during dawn and dusk and the nighttime. But do not adjust it to your schedule. You can make it so that your hamster is awake during the day and asleep during the night, but it's really mean. Basically, you're forcing your hamster to be awake all day till they're just so unbelievably exhausted that they sleep all night, and that's not very good. So try it. But every once in a while, you will get those little wonky hamsters that are awake all day and asleep all night, but most often not. Please do not adjust your hamster's daytime, nighttime routine to your schedule. Easy to handle, moves quickly. Some species, such as Chinese dwarfs and robos, are less likely to nip or bite. Yes, I have kept winter white dwarf hamsters and Campbell's Russian dwarf hamsters, and I have never had a problem with them being aggressive. But I do know that that is the case with most hamsters, but I have personally never had that case. People think that dwarf hamsters are aggressive, but that it just depends on what dwarf hamster you get. Not what species, but just what individual hamster. Each hamster is different. So, um, chew on objects to maintain and size your teeth, which grow continuously. Ensure they have plenty of wood chew sticks or mineral chews. That's good. That's good. I'm glad that they're saying you need to have chews because hamsters' teeth are constantly growing and they need chews. Habitat maintenance. Clean and disinfect the habitat and its contents at least once a week with 3% bleach solution. Rinse and allow to dry completely before placing the hamster back into the habitat. I guess, yeah. It says clean once a week. If you have the cage that Petco is telling you to buy, you'll need to deep clean it once a week and spot clean it once a day. Some people do it whenever it gets messy, but that means the hamster's going to be living in its own filth. And you don't honestly realize how messy the cages get until you actually go in to clean it. They get messy. Because hamsters have a very fast moving metabolism and poop a lot. So, oh yeah, and it says 3% bleach solution. I'd say that's okay, but there is an easier solution, which you don't need to really let dry. You just spray it, then you just wipe it off. Vinegar mixed with water is also good. So yeah, remove wet spots daily. Change bedding at least once a week or more often. Yeah, okay. It's telling you to spot clean daily, basically. Yeah, because hamsters do not want to live inside their own filth. Grooming and hygiene. Hamsters stay clean and rarely need baths, but can be spot cleaned with a damp washcloth and unscented baby wipes if needed. Hamsters enjoy a weekly dust bath. What? Hamsters should not be cleaned with water. It is really bad, it messes up their oils, and some hamsters, if you bathe them like you would a dog or yourself inside like a bath, they will go into shock and die, which you do not want. And it says hamsters enjoy weekly dust bath. Hamsters do not enjoy dust baths. They are very dusty, hence the name dust bath, because they are so dusty that that all the dust gets into the air and causes hamsters respiratory problems when they breathe it in. Hamsters enjoy sand baths. Sand bath. It says a weekly dust bath. Well, supposed to be a weekly sand bath. You shouldn't just give it to them weekly. Don't take them out of their cage and put them in it weekly. You should leave it inside their cage to bathe whenever they want to. Because it's not like, yeah, it's... Consult with a veterinarian if a hamster's teeth seem too long. Yes, that's good. Signs of a healthy animal. Active, alert, and sociable. Yeah. Eats and drinks regularly. Healthy fur and clear eyes. Breathing is detected. Walks normally. It is normal for hamster teeth to be yellow. Cleaning is not necessary. Yes, hamster teeth are supposed to be yellow. Some people see that their hamster teeth are yellow and they're like, oh my goodness, your teeth aren't clean. They're gonna fall out. No, hamster's teeth are supposed to be yellow. It's okay. Now, red flags, which is these bottom things right here. Red flags: weight loss, abnormal hair loss, diarrhea or dirty bottom. Yes, that's a sign of wet tail. Distressed breathing, lethargic, eye or nasal discharge, skin lesions, and overgrown teeth. Okay. Common health issues. Diabetes, frequent urination, and consult with veterinarian. Diarrhea, loose stool caused by poor diet, stress. Okay. I'm just gonna stop reading that. I mean, like, it's not. It's basically everything I already know. Shopping list for need supplies. This is basically the ultimate thing that Petco is saying you need. Approximately sized habitat. But how are we supposed to know what approximately sized is? It doesn't say the correct size. It just says bigger, better. Bigger is better. And that is correct. But people are going to buy a tiny cage and think it's okay because bigger is better. But it doesn't mean it has to be big, right? And also they think that tiny cages are big. But they're not. High quality hamster food, yes. Treats. Treats are not necessary, but they're a fun little thing for your hamster. Bedding, yes. Nesting fluff. It's okay to give your hamster nesting fluff, but not cotton fluff. Like a good nesting material, cut up some toilet paper and put it in the cage, and your hamster will enjoy making a nest out of it, nice and comfortable. But cotton fluff, which is the only nesting I've ever seen in stores, is really, really bad. It's so condensed that if your hamster swallows it, it'll get stuck inside of their throat and they will choke. And if their limbs will get wrapped around it, and it will cut off circulation to their limbs, which is not good. So, no. Food bowl slash water bottle, yes. Well, you don't exactly need a food bowl. I like scatter feeding my hamster, but food bowls are good if you're trying to watch your hamsters to make sure that they are eating. Exercise wheel, 100%, but they didn't say the correct size exercise wheel. Um, Winter white dwarf hamsters, Campbell's Russian dwarf hamsters, Chinese hamsters, basically just all dwarf hamsters need a 7 to 10 inch wheel, I would say. And Syrian hamsters need a 10 to 12 inch wheel. Then hideaway place, yes. Toys, wood chews, yeah. Mineral chews. Dust and dust bath, no. Do not say dust bath, Petco. It's not called a dust bath. It's called a sand bath. Please, no. And book about dwarf hamsters. Okay, that's good. I like how they're telling you to do more research. Now I'm going to see how many of these I am good at according to Petco's standards. So I'm going to go down and get a pen. Well, I don't have a pen. Instead, I have a marker, but let me see. I'm going to check this off, and I will see you later. Here's the final finale. Let's see if I have given my hamster correct care according to Petco. Approximately sized habitat, I do. High quality hamster food, yes. Treats, yes. I don't really have like treats that are specifically made for hamsters called hamster treats, but I give her like some strawberries, some apples. Well, maybe not apples, I don't know. I just give her some fruits sometimes, but I make sure that they're safe for hamsters before I give it to them. Um, Bedding, yes. I do not have nesting fluff. I do not have a food bowl or a water bottle. I scatter feed my hamster and I have a water bowl, but I mean, I guess I'll check that off because it's basically just saying, you need to feed your hamster and make sure they have water. Exercise wheel, yes. Hideaway place, yes. Toys, yes. Wood chews, yes. And then the 3 I am apparently failing. 4 I'm apparently failing. I do not have nesting fluff. Well, at least not cotton fluff nesting. I do not have mineral shoes, but I have wood shoes. I do not have dust and a dust bath because I have sand, not dust. And a book about dwarf hamsters. I do not have a book about them, but I have researched many online reliable sources. So, yeah. This was an adventure through Petco's dwarf hamster care sheet. Yeah. Thanks for going through this adventure with me. See you all later. Now we're checking out from Wildcat's World.